Alrighty, hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. The time is currently 2:58 p.m., July 8th, 2024. We are currently tracking multiple potentially strong tornadoes on the ground right now, including one that was on the ground for a very long time. But yeah, let's just jump right in here since we got a lot to unpack here. First off, we do have a tornado warning in effect for Spring Hill, Glenwood, Diana, Glimmer, Betty, and just southwest of Ore City. That's currently moving to the northwest at 40 miles an hour. That is a tornado with radar indicator rotation until 3:45 p.m. That should be around Diana by a bit after 3 o'clock p.m. Central Time, and Glimmer after 3:15 p.m. Central Time. Going over to the east, we do have this radar confirmed tornado on the ground, moving to the northwest at 40 miles an hour. That'll be in effect till 3:45 p.m. Central Time, and the areas impacted will be Coronet, Jefferson, and Beria, Lodi. Sorry if I'm butchering that, as well as more areas down there. Currently, and this does have a history, if I'm not mistaken, of producing a strong tornado, and that is going to be rolling on up towards Highway 43 and then crossing Highway 43. Let me go ahead and get our other side set up here. And as you can see, that is your rotation just southeast of Highway 43. That is an observed tornado on the ground. As you can see on the right of your screen, we are currently looking at a CC here. And what this is detecting is what it's scanning is a rain or not. And as you go into the blues here, that's when the radar is basically saying that what it's basically picking up is not water. And when you have it lined up with velocity like that, that is normally a major indicator that we do have a tornado on the ground, because what that's picking up is tornado debris. And the National Weather Service noticed that and issued a Tor R for the storm that'll be rolling up towards Highway 43 and then just to the west of Coronet. And then we have this storm over here, which switched back to velocity. We do have this storm over here that was PDS all the way back towards all the way back towards south of Oakland, Louisiana. And this is a PDS tornado warning, so particularly dangerous situation moving to the northwest at 35 miles an hour. And this is a radar confirmed tornado. And as you can see, there is a hook echo at the end of that over there just near Interstate 20 in Eastwood. And that will be making its way to the northwest and just likely cross Interstate 20 just now. So Eastwood, you're basically right under this thing. And although it doesn't look as intense as it once was, if I play back the radar here, there it was near Oakland, where it might have been a strong tornado. But yeah, right now, still take your tornado precautions. Go into an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. And if you're in a mobile home and you need to evacuate immediately to a more substantial shelter, going just to the west, we do have a tornado warning for downtown Shreveport. This will be in effect till 3:30 p.m. Central Time, moving north at 35 miles an hour. So we're currently tracking that hook echo down there all the way up towards Shreveport. And due to the proximity of the radar, this won't be that accurate because we're so close to the radar and scanning so low. In fact, we're scanning rotation at almost 400 feet up. So even though it might not look like there's rotation there, there probably is, and it's just because we're scanning too low to pick that up. And going over to the southeast, we do have a tornado warning storm in effect until 3:45 p.m. Central Time, moving to the northwest at 40 miles an hour. And currently that is located southwest of Highway 71 near Lake End, moving to the northwest. And that will soon cross Highway 71, and then it will go just near Edgefield, where we're currently observing a radar indicator rotation. So take your tornado precautions there. right to the east, we do have another tornado warning in effect. And by the way, the tor count is broken. I do want to point that out. Go ahead and get that running. But yeah, we're right now near Saline. We do have a tornado warning in effect until 3:15 p.m. Central Time, moving to the north at 35 miles an hour, and currently it is located just near Highway 9, just south of Highway 126, Route 126, and then now it should be making its way dangerously close to Saline. In fact, we're currently tracking this directly towards Saline. So if you're in Saline, Louisiana, you need to seek shelter now. He's got a rotation heading your way right now, and we'll keep a very close eye on that. Now to the way to the south here, so we're gonna have the switch radar sites here. And as we do that, I will go ahead and check chat. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we do have that tornado warned storm down here. That is going to be crossing the Texas-Louisiana border. And we're currently observing this just southeast of Jasper, but that includes Newton, Bleakwood, Kirbyville, Farsville, and Burkerville. That's going to be moving to the northeast at 55 miles an hour until 3:15 p.m. Central Time. And so that's okay. But we also do have another tornado warning that I forgot to highlight here. We're gonna go back to the Shreveport radar site. And yeah, again, we do have another tornado warning for Henderson, Texas, and Mount Enterprise. Also includes Branchfield and Laneville, moving to the northwest at 50 miles an hour until 3:45 p.m. Central Time. And so yeah, that basically covers everything. So let's go back to some of these tornado warnings here that we're tracking. First of all, this tornado warned storm near Red Chute, Louisiana here, and we'll be tracking to see if this does redevelop even further. And yeah, unable to see if it's picking up anything right now. It's too scrambled. However, the general message here is that if you're in an area north of Red Chute and north of Eastwood, you need to seek shelter right now. And we do have some webcams available out there. And yeah, we'll be showing those here. So this is a live view from Shreveport where we have two tornado warned storms on the way. And we're gonna and again, that is uh yeah, I'm just trying to see what this is real quick. Let me go and confirm where that is. See, this is on Interstate 49. Camera's kind of buffering a bit, but as you can see, a lot of scud clouds out there. But again, there is a tornado warned storm currently in effect. And we'll leave this on for a little bit longer here. Again, this is on Interstate 49. And now let's go back to the radar for just a second. As that situation continues to develop. And let's go back to that tornado warning storm in Shreveport here, where again, that is currently making a direct beeline directly for downtown Shreveport. So again, if you're in the Shreveport area, you need to remain sheltered at this time For our people near Interstate 20, uh, remain in shelter for at least the next 3 to 5 minutes, especially if you're on the northern side, because that's currently rocking through your area right now. And over here by Saline, Louisiana, near Highway 9, we're currently having some rotation go through the area. And we're currently just trying to see if we get any other live views. Alrighty. Okay, so yeah, and also we do have a new tornado warning now in effect for Center, as well as Shelbyville, Newaville, and Patron. This is going to be moving to the northwest at 35 miles an hour, and that'll be in effect till 4 o'clock p.m. Central Time. There are now up to 10 tornado warnings now, and the SPC did put out a discussion, so we'll go to that. We're going to check that out. And I do want to point out before we started the stream, we did have a few strong tornadoes that prompted us to go live here. And yeah, this is the Mexico discussion. Mexico discussion 1,560. And this says area potentially tornadic supercells probably will be maintained while spreading north to northeastward in advance of Beryl through 4 to 6 p.m. Central Time. So we're currently still in it for the next few hours. And they said here an additional tornado watch may be needed across parts of southwestern into central Arkansas shortly. And again, we're expecting more the chances for more stronger tornadoes to remain for at least the next few hours. And again, we're going to go back to this tornado warning storm over here that is now northwest, west northwest of Coronach. The rotation is not as prominent as it once was. However, that will be making its way towards Jefferson in Texas here soon. So have a plan ready to go. And also a new tornado warning in effect. This is the Saline storm, currently over Saline. Moving to the north at 35 miles an hour. That'll be in effect till 4 o'clock p.m. This new warning includes Lucky, Bionville, Bryceland, Mount Lebanon, and and the highways included is Highway 9, Highway 4, just to name a few. This is just south of Interstate 20 in Arcadia. And yeah, right now, this tornado is definitely starting to redevelop here. New tornado warning pushed further to the northwest towards Alden Bridge, Benton, Amtran, Plain Dealing, Bolanger, Houston, and Gillum. Moving to the northwest at 35 miles an hour till 4 o'clock p.m. Central Time. This is a PDS tornado warning, and as you can see, the storm is cycling back up. That is a very intense hook echo right now. We're probably going to be seeing a strong tornado developing if it hasn't developed already live here. And looking at and we're going to be looking at the we're going to see if we can let's see if we can get anything ahead of it. Yeah, right now we can't seem to get anything ahead of the storm. But again, this is a very strong tornado that's developing right now. We're going to be waiting for the next update. So in the meantime, I do want to point out that downtown Shreveport is also in a warning, a different warning apart from this one, down to the southwest. That's currently moving directly for downtown Shreveport, but this is a dangerous situation that is happening right here. And we're just currently trying to get live views from that area. And in the meantime, let's go ahead and get some questions answered if we do have any, which we don't. But yeah, let's go back to the webcam over there from Interstate 49. The camera has frozen, so we're gonna see if we can get it back up. Wait, okay, so there it is. So as you can see, there's a lot of scud cloud on the right hand of your screen there. That is not tornado related. That is not those are not funnels. That is scud. And again, this is on Interstate 49 where we have a tornado warned storm in effect. So if you're in downtown Shreveport, the general message is to seek shelter now. Anyone in the Shreveport vicinity, as we got two areas that we're tracking right now. And yeah, this is a dangerous situation that's forming. This is a dangerous situation that's occurring right now here. A debris ball, as you can see, is now showing up on radar as a intense tornado is now back down on the ground. And we're tracking this just southeast of Benton. This will be rolling on up towards Highway 162. So if you're in southeast of Benton, you need to seek shelter now. And again, everyone in Central Boozer, sorry, needs to seek shelter now. I'm trying to see if we can get anything out there. And by just real quick, I want to point out that a new tornado warning is in effect east of Newton until 3:45 p.m. Central Time. I'm trying to see if we can get anything out there right now. Yeah, I'm not again right now. This is a dangerous situation that we're tracking right now. If you're just joining us, this tornado is northeast of Shreveport, Louisiana, and this is going to be moving to the northwest here, near Alden Bridge. So again, you need to seek shelter now if you're in the path of this storm. This is a very dangerous situation. The National Weather Service has put out a PDS tornado warning for this storm, so particularly dangerous situation. And yeah, we're gonna be waiting for the next update. So let's just go back to the west and check out on this storm here near Jefferson, Texas, where a tornado warning remains in effect. This has been dropped. This is still a tornado confirmed storm heading for Jefferson, Texas. Again, the rotation's trying to redevelop here where that red square is. We're gonna be seeing if it does that, but right now, if you're in Jefferson, Texas, seek shelter now. Got a observed tornado heading in your direction. And for this tornado warning storm over here near Glimmer and Diana, is currently that just crossed Highway 157. I mean 159, and that'll be rolling on up towards 155, Route 155. And we're currently waiting on an update from this storm here, which seems like it might be a strong tornado on the ground. And yep, they've gone ahead and extended that further. That is, again, that's now a PDS tornado warning that's in effect. That is the recent update now. We're waiting for velocity to catch back up, but right now it's just south of Highway 162, Route 162, excuse me. So this is a particularly dangerous situation. Take your tornado precautions now. We have a strong tornado northeast of Shreveport and one that's trying to make a direct beeline for the Shreveport metro area. Let's go back to that live cam where it's now starting to drizzle out there in Shreveport. This is again on Interstate 1. This is on Interstate 49 in Shreveport. And yeah, that's and I'm just going silent here, just seeing if there's anything to note, which I don't see much apart from it starting to rain there. And going back for just a second to the radar imagery, which that just vanished. So let me get that back. Yeah, the velocities now catch back up. Going, but see if we got anything on CC. Still no, because it's completely scrambled up. So we're unable to get a reliable data. However, there's the storm right there, south of Highway 162, moving on up towards Alden Bridge. So Alden Bridge needs to seek shelter now. And now we're tracking another situation that might be occurring near Lucky, Louisiana, near Highway 9 and Highway 4. So seek shelter now if you're in Lucky, Louisiana, and areas north towards Bidenville, Bryceland, and Mount Lebanon. That tornado warning will be in effect till 4 o'clock p.m. Central Time. And all of this is currently occurring from Beryl. Beryl made landfall in Texas last night, and now we're seeing a tornado threat from Beryl. And again, Beryl has been the main focus of the last two streams that we've been having. The landfall there in the southern Lesser Antilles and Jamaica. And now we're seeing one final display from Beryl with its tornado threat here. And do want to point out that parts of Interstate 49 in Corbin, Louisiana has been dropped out of the warning. However, tornado warning still remains in effect for downtown Shreveport, and it's now starting to fully cross into the metro area. And just getting, let's see if we can get another perspective from Shreveport. And yeah, we do have another view from Shreveport, but it's an image by image camera. But here's another view out of Shreveport, Louisiana, where we're having those thunderstorms and tornado warning storms moving on into Metro Shreveport at this time. And going back to the radar for just a second, let's see if we got any new warnings here. But actually, no, but we did get some dropped. First of all, the tornado warning for Henderson, Texas has been dropped, and the tornado warning in effect for Farsville has also been dropped, but there's two warnings right behind it. But yeah, going back to the elephant in the room, We do have a strong tornado in progress right now, likely in progress south of Route 162, 162. And this is a PDS tornado warning, so particularly dangerous situation. So this is a strong tornado in progress, and you need to seek shelter right now and take your tornado precautions. This tornado has been fairly long tracked. It's produced 2 tornadoes so far, both of them potentially being on the stronger side of things. And that next scan is good to see here because it looks like the hook is now starting to come back into the storm, or its inflow is getting cut off, which are both great things because it will pretty much kill off the storm. Not like mainly it will kill off the tornado. And who joined? Oh, I guess no one did. Okay. But yeah, back to what I was saying. But since the hook's starting to come back down to the storm, we do believe that the inflow is getting cut off, which is good because that's the primary source of fuel for tornadoes, and the velocity side shows that it's also dying as well. But we'll keep a very close eye as this is rather cyclic in nature. And going back to Martin here, yeah, Martin, Louisiana, we do have a tornado warning storm in effect until 3:45 p.m. Central Time for a storm that's moving to the northwest at 40 miles an hour. That's going to be approaching on Hall Summit and Woodwardville. So seek shelter now if you're in those two areas. But yeah, we currently have a tornado warning storm currently making its way through the Shreveport metro area. We do have another tornado warning storm now making its way through Jefferson, Texas. And they still have it as a tornado confirmed until 3:45 p.m. Central Time. Rotation isn't as prominent, but the National Weather Service calls that is a tornado on the ground. So seek shelter now if you're in Jefferson, Texas. And oh wow, okay, so yeah, we have a dangerous situation going on north of Shelbyville, east of Center, Texas. This is a Yeah, that is a very strong tornado that just formed east of Center, Texas. So seek shelter now if you're north of Shelbyville and areas north. Let's go ahead and focus on this here. This is a this is currently moving to the northwest at 35 miles an hour until 4 o'clock p.m. Central Time. That is a strong tornado that just dropped. So if you're okay, so let's go and get her. Okay, so if you're in near Highway 7, northeast of Center, seek shelter now. If you're near Jokewan, seek shelter now. If you're in uh Tenahana, I would pay very close attention to this highway, and as well as Highway 84. If you're near Highway 84, but in between Tenahana and Joaquan, you need to be ready to seek shelter right now, as we do have a strong tornado that's now on the ground here. And and yeah, I won't be shocked if they PDS this here soon. This is a very strong tornado. We'll be seeing if it's more longer tracked, but I'm giving you the call right now. If you're northeast of Center, take cover now. Strong tornado in progress right now. And we're gonna be waiting for the next update here. So we're gonna go and go back to this tornado warning storm near Glimmer. Yeah, the Glimmer one, they're probably gonna drop that here soon. The rotation's non-existent. And yeah, looks like it is now starting to approach on Highway 7 here. Definitely not as intense as it once was a scan before. So that might have been a brief, very strong tornado touchdown. However, we still have the scan that says that this tornado is still on the ground. So take cover now. This is a dangerous situation. And if this can get back to what it used to be, then that would have been PDS Torard in a heartbeat. That was north of Shelbyville, northeast of Center, currently northeast of Center in Texas. And we're having a lot of debris fallout. And we do have another tornado on the ground. Let's go to the, okay, so I need to go to this one here. So we had another tornado that was on the ground about 30 minutes ago of this storm near Hall Summit. So this storm does have a history of producing tornadoes. So if you're in Hall Summit, Woodwardville, and Ringgold, I would keep that in mind. Take your tornado precautions now. We're also starting to see this one near Bonneville wrap up here as this is going to the northwest here. As you can see that hook echo on radar. And that would be north of Highway 4, northwest of Lucky, Louisiana. So if we're in Bionville, Bryceland, and Mount Lebanon, and mainly areas west of Bionville and southwest and west of Bryceland, seek shelter now. Going back up to this tornado warning storm over here by Olden Bridge, looks like it is starting to kind of struggle. However, I do want to point out that it might be performing a meso handoff, so it's handing off the old tornado's rotation over to this new one down here to the south. We'll keep an eye on that to confirm that, but I think that's what it's trying to do right now. And going back, we do have a new tornado warning in effect for Durgan, Rolling Meadows, Kilgore, and Larded Hill. That's currently moving to the northwest at 50 miles an hour till 4:15 p.m. Central Time. That rotation will be over Highway 79 northwest of Clayton. So if you're in that warning, you need to seek shelter now. Now back to the storm and center. We still don't have an update yet, but just to play back the radar, we had a strong tornado form just like that north of Shelbyville. And looks like it's definitely not as strong right now. However, I would still take my tornado precautions immediately if we were northeast and northeast of Center, Texas, and as well near Highway 84 as well. And the tornado warning for downtown Shreveport has been dropped. Lucky, Louisiana is now out of the warning, so you're in the clear on that front. As we are now gone down to 9 tornado warnings. And Martin has also been dropped out of the warning as well. So yeah, currently we're still tracking a strong tornado threat at this time. We just had a strong tornado north of Shelbyville. We're currently awaiting the next update on that storm. We also had a potentially strong tornado northeast of Shreveport as well. And this threat is expected to continue for the next several hours. And we're currently at 9 tornado warnings, 3 severe thunderstorm warnings, and 12 flash flood warnings. And yeah, again, this is Beryl related. And so we're gonna go to well we just have 1 minute here. Let's go to the National Hurricane Center for the recent advisory. So yeah, this is the National Hurricane Center. Tropical storm Beryl. They say I'm confused here because they say 60 mph here, 45 mph here. It doesn't make much of a difference. But yeah, right now that is the cone of Beryl. So yeah, made landfall in Texas as a hurricane and is now going to weaken significantly and will go all the way up to Toronto as a remnant of what it used to be. So yeah, right now that's where Beryl is right now. We're just waiting to see which advisory they want, which advisory it is, because they have two different advisories here with two different information pieces of information. Let's go back to center because the next update just came in, and yeah, that rotation has collapsed significantly. So that was a brief, strong tornado that formed, and yeah, we're definitely gonna pay attention there. But yes, Shelbyville, you're in the clear, and center, you're also in the clear. Okay, so now we're starting to track this area west of Bayonville that's currently moving to the north here, about to the northwest to be more exact, towards Route 507. And yeah, again, if you're in Bayonville, Bryceland, and Mount Lebanon, mainly areas west of those areas, you need to seek shelter now, as you're currently in a tornado warning with strengthening rotation there. And currently, this tornado warning storm, the rotation, hard to spot, but if we're in Hall Summit, Woodwardville, and Ringgold, remaining your safe spots, as that does have a history of producing tornadoes. We're now back up to 10 tornado warnings as they've gone ahead and issued a tornado observed. This is the tornado that had a brief strong touchdown near Shelbyville. That includes Carthage, Texas. And yeah, right now the tornado, even though the rotation is not there anymore, we'll be seeing if it does reform here. And speaking of that, let's go back to Aiden Bridge with that situation. And it looks like there's another hook trying to clear out. So we'll be seeing if this does manage to recycle. However, I doubt there's a tornado on the ground at this very second, but it does have a history of producing tornadoes. So treat it as a tornado on the ground regardless and seek shelter. If you're in Eldon Bridge, Atrim, and Plain Dealing in any areas in that polygon. And yeah, right now we're gonna be zooming out here, and we're gonna be waiting for the next radar update. In the meantime, let's go ahead and see if we got any new updates regarding some of these tornado warnings as we wait for the next radar scan to come in. But yeah, right now you're currently tuned into Watching the Skies. Time is 3:37 p.m. Central Time. Okay, so yeah, we just got our next radar scan, so let's go through these right here. So yeah, a strengthening rotation over here. We're now up to 11 tornado warnings, so we'll see what just got issued, but we're now up to but yeah, 11 tornado warnings. But we also are tracking this strengthening rotation west of Bayonville. So if you're on Route 507, seek shelter now as you got rotation on your doorstep. But the long term, Mount Lebanon, Bryceland, and Bayonville needs to seek shelter. But for Bayonville, that should remain away from you. I'm mainly referring to areas west of Bayonville. Same with Bryceland, west of Bryceland. And let's go ahead and go to the most recent scan. And yeah, this just went observed. The area we were just tracking has gone observed. So this is a radar confirmed tornado moving to the north at 35 miles an hour. We're trying to see. Oh yeah, that had a debris signature with it for a while, for quite a bit. But yeah, that is a radar confirmed tornado moving to the north at 35 miles an hour until 4:00 p.m. Central Time. So Mount Lebanon, areas west of Bryceland, it's go time. Seek shelter now. Tornado is now on the ground, heading directly for you. And we do have another observed tornado warning near Huxley. Radar confirmed tornado moving to the north at 40 miles an hour till 4:15 p.m. Central Time. So if you're in Huxley and areas near Stanley and Logansport, seek shelter now. And I'll be riding up right up the border of the Texas-Louisiana border. And we also do have this area right here that's trying to redevelop here northwest of Jefferson, Texas. They've downgraded to radar indicated based off the warning information. However, it seems like the rotation is trying to redevelop. So if you're northwest of Jefferson, Texas, seek shelter now. So let's go ahead and see if we can get a live camera from this storm here. From any of these storms actually. So just stand by for just 1 second. So we're getting that live view here out of Carthage, Texas. Well, never mind. That camera's down. So let's go to Tyler, Texas. That is the tower cam. And as you can see, it's starting to rock and thunder there. We're currently seeing Beryl make its way through. Yeah, right now we're just trying to get a general perspective of what's going on the ground while tracking radar at the same time. And if I'm not mistaken, Tyler, Texas is decently close to a tornado warning. Okay, so let's go back here. So near Alden Bridge, the storm was trying to cycle back up. The new scan came in, and it looks like it's broadened out significantly. But if we go back one scan, it looks like it was trying to reform northeast of Alden Bridge, and yeah, I can see no debris I could see, but yeah, again, this storm is very cyclic in nature. So it drops a tornado, then it lifts, then it drops another one, then it lifts, and it repeats that. So for storms like this, you always want to treat it as if they were on the ground and seek shelter. So Atrim, Plain Dealing, Bolanger, and as well, mainly areas west of those areas, needs to seek shelter now and treat it as a tornado on the ground because of it's cycling constantly. Yeah, rotation is trying to kick back up. It's trying to kickstart back up over here northwest of Jefferson, Texas as well. For this warning, that'll be in effect till 3:45 p.m. Central Time. So we'll see if they want to extend that. I think the rotation is a bit too weak to continue it. Uh, However, I do think they should because it does have a history. And yep, they just did it. So yeah, they just continued that tornado warning, and that'll be moving to the northwest at 25 miles an hour till 4:30 p.m. Central Time. Likely because that there is still some rotation with it, and due to the fact that it has a history of producing multiple tornadoes, and that now includes Hoog Springs, Avenger, Lone Star, as well as Route 155, Route 49, Route 11, and as well as let's see, yeah, that one's in the wind. Let me get rid of that. Yeah, okay, so yeah, that's still part of Route 155. But yeah, that one will be in effect till 4:30 p.m. Central Time. That does have a history of producing tornadoes. And we just got another tornado warning issue, but real quick, let's go back to this warned storm here. That there's currently an observed tornado warning. And yeah, currently we're tracking that near Mount Lebanon. That is a confirmed tornado on the ground by the National Weather Service. So seek shelter if you're in Mount Lebanon. And if you're west of Gibbsland, I would pay attention. And as soon as you get the alert on your phone or any other way that you get alerts, seek shelter now. And we also got an extension of this into Berkeyville and South Toledo Bend. That is moving to the north at 60 miles an hour until 4:15 p.m. Central Time. And yeah, again, that does have. Okay, no, never mind. I got mixed up with no warning there. But yeah, let's go back to the north here because yeah, I feel like this one is trying to redevelop here. It's definitely trying its best. So again, west of Plain Dealing, if you're west of Plain Dealing, seek shelter now. They still have it as a PDS tornado warning. It's a particularly dangerous situation. And that warning will be in effect till 4 o'clock p.m. Central Time. Unless this thing completely dies out, I won't be shocked if they extend that by then. And we also do have that tornado warning storm along the Texas-Louisiana border near Huxley. And yeah, that rotation is now more defined. And there is that tornado debris signature on the right where it gets into those deep blues. That means it's picking up tornado debris being lofted into the air. Currently right over the water there. But yeah, that's going to be moving to the north at 40 miles an hour. And the tornado warning is now in effect for Gibbsland, Ada, all the way up to Athens and Homer. So that area I just highlighted as well, areas more to the west along Interstate 20. You just got the alert now, so it's time to go to shelter. Now warning will be in effect till 4:30 p.m. Central Time, moving to the northwest at 35 miles an hour. And so yeah, I'm gonna zoom out here so you get a general idea of our current situation. Where again we do have multiple tornadoes on the ground at this current time. And we're just currently waiting the next radar scan. And they've also dropped the tornado warning for Jefferson, Texas. So you are in the clear if you're in Jefferson, Texas. And we're just currently seeing if we get any information regarding the tornadoes in terms of damage or any reports like or just any other report in general. Okay, let's go ahead and see if we can get a live view out of one of these tornado warned storms. So stand by on that front. And I just got pinged somewhere, so let me see if that's anything. Okay, so yeah, one of the team members just posted uh about 10 minutes ago some environment information regarding this threat here, of this tornado threat. And some of the observations are getting from Shreveport is highlighting a strong tornado threat. And I do want to point out that the tornado warning up here has been extended closer to, actually, Interstate 20 is in that. And that rotation is currently a mess right now, but we'll see if that gets back together. But if there was rotation there, if I had to take a guess, that would be near Woodwardville. And this is why you gotta respect the polygon, like James Spann once said. You gotta respect the polygon. And if you're anywhere in it, you need to seek shelter now. Because sometimes we can't determine where a rotation could be. And that could be due to multiple factors. That could be from contamination, or it's just the radar data not being accurate. So let's see if we do have any reports of any tornado damage or any of that, because we did have a few strong tornadoes happen, including one north of Shelbyville, another one near uh Shreveport as well. And we do have some damage photos near Benton, Louisiana. And let's go ahead and see. Uh, yeah, that is some uh, we, again, they say possible tornado damage, but we did have a tornado go through that general location. So yeah, that appears to be a gas station of some kind, based on the canopy. You can see some tree limbs snapped. And this is from Brian Allen WX. And yeah, there's this tree down the road down there. And that's the radar image. But yeah, so that's some tornado damage there from Benton, Louisiana. No reports of injuries from that, which is good. We currently remain at 10 tornado warnings at this time, so this has been pretty much a full-fledged tornado outbreak ongoing from Beryl. And we're going to see if we get any new information, because it's been quite a bit. So we see our new radar scans from the Shreveport radar site. And yeah, I think I'm starting to get a better picture where that rotation is. Pretty much south of Ringgold here, about to go through the town of Ringgold. So seek shelter now if you're in that general location. And we do have that storm of a history producing a tornado west of Mount Lebanon. and that's going to roll on up towards Interstate 20. So if you're in Interstate 20, Ada, Gibbsland, Mount Lebanon, and areas to the northwest, seek shelter now. And then we're also starting to watch Beryl start to collapse as it's starting to go through, as most of it's starting to cross to Louisiana. The main core of the storm still in Texas, where we do have multiple flash flood warnings. And I won't be shocked if that continues to be one of our, if we keep getting more and more of those throughout the stream here. And again, from that mesoscale discussion that was put out, they did say that this tornado threat will continue for the next few hours. The next scan just came in, and yeah, we're starting to get some very intense rotation here near Ringgold. So if you're in Ringgold, that is on your doorstep right now. So remain in shelter. And that, not gonna say that I no. Okay, so that no, that's not tornado debris. That's not a tornado debris signature. But with that rotation there, I would treat it as a tornado on the ground, as that could drop at any moment. So if you, and again, after Ringgold, should keep moving to the northwest. And I do want to point out that we do have a new tornado warning effect. This is the same storm that we've been tracking for a while. They've extended the PDS tornado warning just because of mainly because of a history of producing very strong tornadoes. And yeah, right now, and in fact, it looks like while we're checking everything out, it looks like it perhaps produced another tornado. So if we play back the radar there, it might have produced another tornado as it crossed Highway Route 2, and is now warning now includes. Let's go and get it pulled up here. Yeah, so yeah, that now includes places like Dodd Ridge, Ida, Kilba, and Fouquet, and Bloomberg. This includes 3 different states: Louisiana, the northwestern edge of Louisiana, the southwestern part of Arkansas, and a little bit of Texas. And we also do have that tornado warned storm that remains to be near Huxley. That's currently an observed tornado warning, so seek shelter now if you're in that polygon. And we also do have some, and yeah, it looks like the rotation there kind of fizzled out a bit, so that might have been radar contamination that we just seen near Ringgold, but remain in shelter regardless. See if you can get any new information. And also keep in mind, we also got the flash flooding threat, as highlighted before, that will continue to cause issues here. Let's go in and see if we can get a let's go back to one of our let's go back to the live cameras. Which again we've been going back and forth on. So yeah, let's go back to okay. So yeah, this is out of Logan Sport. This is Logan Sport 3 camera that says on the headline. And as you can see, it's getting pretty a bit windy, starting to rock and thunder here. As yeah, as you can see, those rain curtains near the river. And if we go back to the Shreveport camera, this is on Interstate 49 near Shreveport, where we're gonna have Beryl go through eventually. And let's go back actually. And by the way, yeah, there's some very fast moving clouds. You can see some scud on the very top of your screen currently passing by. So if we go back to the National Hurricane Center, they should have fixed that kind of bug that we had. Yeah, that's the next full advisory that came out. We don't have the tropical information on the top left because we're using the severe graphic. But it's currently listed as 45 miles an hour, pressure of 993 millibars, moving to the north-northeast at 16 miles an hour. And that is the most recent advisory put out. And from here, it's expected to weaken to a depression in the next advisory, and then become Renomets, and then just go all the way to Canada and Toronto, while producing some rainfall along the way, some flash flooding potential as well, all the way up there too. But yeah, this is the final. What happened last night was the final landfall of Beryl, and we're pretty much going to see Beryl get retired because I don't see any other way why it wouldn't get retired for what it did. And I'm just trying to see if we got any new photos here, which we don't. So, yeah, let's go back to the radar, which we've gone down to 9 tornado warnings. Let me go and update that for now. And so let's go back through these here. Tornado warning remains in effect for Kilgore, Texas. And the rotation on that, can't really find it here. So seek shelter in Rolling Meadows, Kilgore, Laird Hill, Lakeport, and Durgan. Basically, anyone in that polygon. Uh, that warning should remain in effect till 4:15 p.m. Central Time, moving to the northwest at 50 miles an hour. Then we have that tornado warning somewhere over there by Carthage. The rotation's completely gone, so they're probably going to drop that warning at some point. And yeah, if we actually go over here, that's where that camera came from. That's from Logan Sport. That's actually one of the tornado warned storms that is an observed tornado. So that's what that was. And so that camera is yeah, that camera is like right around here-ish. So yeah, we'll definitely focus on that as that is a observed storm for Stanley and Logan Sport. So seek shelter now.
Good afternoon.
Oh, hello Tristan.
Just want to let you know that these are not normal tropical tornadoes. Almost all of them have been on the ground for 30 minutes to an hour. One of the tornadoes has confirmed to have lofted debris up to 28,000 feet. You never hear that with a tropical tornado. These are
Yeah.
not tropical. These are not normal. These are strong to violent tornadoes most of the time we've been seeing.
Yeah, and do you know how long this threat will be remaining here for?
Pretty much because it's a tropical system, I can't tell you. Normally, when we talk about normal thermodynamics and stuff, I could say, oh, until this time, right?
Yeah.
It's a tropical system. You can't just predict that. And the tornado watch in Arkansas that's now in effect goes all the way to midnight central.
Midnight Central.
combined with the tornado watch in Louisiana until 10 p.m. Central. So as long as also the storm relative helicity in parts of Louisiana is 500 at the 0 to 500 meter. Your 0 to 3 kilometer is almost 900. Your 0 to 1's almost past 700. There is a 60 knot low level jet on the right side of the barrel. So this thing, and already NWS Shreveport has issued 37 tornado warnings,
37.
which this is the most single day on record in Shreveport. It beats the 2015 with 36.
And yeah, and also, can you tell Isabel that she might have another tornado going for them?
She already knows. She's watching it. She's up.
Yeah, because a new tornado warning is targeting long-term downtown Shreveport, a little bit east of downtown Shreveport.
Yeah. These are not normal tropical tornadoes for our viewers here. These have been long track, violent tornadoes in a few cases. So we know normally we talk about tropical systems. Oh, a few brief tornadoes as they make landfall, but this has the wind field of Isaac of 2012, the tornado synopsis mesoscale of Isaias, and there was one more. I'm trying to remember, and it has the dry air of Hurricane Ivan. Combine all those together, and you get so
Yeah,
we've likely had more than 20 tornadoes. The reason why you may not see every tornado report is that tropical tornado. I hate calling them tropical tornadoes, but this is a tropical.
yeah,
Normally, they are hard to detect, but today, Shreveport's did a phenomenal job, and Beryl has been absolutely wrecking it with tornadoes today. So I do expect the tornado count of this storm to be more accurate without as many surveys of suspected spots, they call it,
yeah,
when they see rotation in a tropical.
yeah.
So
Going,
for our viewers here, take this tornado watch, and I know it's only a 10%. Take this as a 15 sig. That's how bad it is. So I'm gonna go now, but the environment's a 15 sig. The
yeah,
reason why it's a 10 normal is because it's a tropical system. They don't know. They don't know totally how bad it's gonna be. And that's what a lot of tropical systems tornado. So we did expect some sort of outbreak, but not like this. Not at all.
yeah,
That's been the theme for 2024.
and yeah,
Now I'm gonna let you continue coverage. I just want to make a few remarks. Also, one more thing.
yeah,
Um, I just got reports from Houston. Just from a Category 1, Houston got pretty badly punched this morning.
yeah. I heard on the news like wasn't like over 1 million people without power.
It's 3 million,
3 million. Wow.
and likely a lot more. Not only because of the tornadoes, but because this is having some baroclinic forcing, it likely has stronger wind gusts than what you would think with a 45-mile-per-hour tropical. So there's a lot going on in the upper dynamics right now. There is a lot.
Yeah,
Anyhow, I'm gonna go. I'll let you continue coverage. I just want to make some of
yeah.
the notes here.
Thank you, Tristan.
Good luck.
Thank you.
No problem. Good luck.
So yeah, that was Tristan that came on just now to go ahead and go into what we have. And going back to one of the things he said about, I mean, these tornadoes popping up out of nowhere. If we go back, this was in earlier in the stream, north of Shelbyville. This tornado, and keep in mind, this is not right now. Going back, this rotation came out of nowhere and dropped a strong tornado. So yeah, these tornadoes are basically coming out of nowhere. So if you're under any of these tornado warnings, and so far this has been very well documented by the National Weather Service, seek shelter now and be ready to get to shelter as soon as possible. And if you want to even be more safe, if you're near these tornado warnings, I would stay inside until this passes. But yeah, another tornado warning that just popped up while Tristan. Okay, I just heard an alarm go off, excuse me. I'll go and investigate that here in just a second, but yeah, what I was saying, while Tristan was talking there, we do have a new tornado warning that long term could threaten downtown Shreveport. So Shreveport could be back under the gun if this does read this if this is more longer term, which has been a common theme so far. This warning be in effect until 4:45 p.m. Central Time, and that's rolling on up towards Westdale and Route 1. So that is something that we'll keep a very close eye on. So going back here, this tornado warning storm that I've been tracking for a while is now just crossed to Arkansas. Now is currently near Highway 71 in Dodd Ridge, and this does have a history of producing multiple strong tornadoes and kind of long tracked ones too at that. So that is something that you definitely need to pay attention to and take action if you're in that tornado warning. And then going near Carthage, Texas, where very broad rotation just went northeast of Carthage, Texas. That warning will be in effect until 4:15 p.m. Central Time, so it would expire in 5 minutes. Because of how broad it is, I don't think they would extend it. I don't think they're going to extend it. I think they're going to drop it. But for now, just remain in your safe spots if you're in that polygon. And going back over here to this warning storm that is now well north of I-20. This is one of the storms that produced a tornado near Bayonville, Louisiana. Is now rolling on up towards Highway 79 with broad rotation. This is way to the southwest of Homer, Louisiana. And again, we're expecting this threat to last. Again, with tropical systems, you really can't give a time here, but we're just gonna give you the watch information. The tornado watch, as you can see highlighted in yellow, the one for northwestern Louisiana, that'll be in effect till 10 o'clock p.m. tonight. The one that they just issued for Arkansas will be in effect until until midnight. Well, and obviously I can't be there for all of that, so we're expecting tornadoes overnight. So have a way to get warned when you go to sleep. And remember, it's not just tornadoes. We are still dealing with some heavy rainfall that is causing flash flooding. We have 13 flash flood warnings in effect, according to the warning bar on the top right. And we just got a new tornado warning issued. Let's go ahead and get that popped up here. New tornado warning in effect for Kilgore, Texas, as well as Liberty City, Winona, Big Sandy, Hawkins, Owentown, and I think that's all of them. Oh yeah, and also Gladwater. That'll be in effect till 5 o'clock p.m. Central Time. Moved to the northwest at 50 miles an hour. That includes Interstate 20 northwest of Kilgore, all the way up to just west of Owentown. And for let's see if they have mile marker information. No, they don't have mile marker information. Okay. But yeah, that'll be in effect till 5 o'clock p.m. Central Time. That just got issued, and that's something we'll pay attention to. And it looks like rotation is trying to redevelop over here near Dodd Ridge, so we're going to pay attention to that as well. And just zooming out here, let me go and get rid of some of the clutter here so you can get a general understanding of what's going on here. We're continuing to track Beryl here as it's making its way through Texas and Louisiana. Oh, nearly 3 million people are without power in Texas after a pretty strong landfall there. hurricane landfall in Texas overnight. And again, I couldn't cover that since I had work to do this morning. I had to go to work. Um, but yeah. But now it's starting to curve to the northeast, currently moving to the northeast here. And over the next few days, it will provide a flash flood threat as well as a tornado threat as it goes its way through the plains and into the Midwest. But yeah, we're almost done with Beryl. We are almost there, but we still got to deal with Beryl for a bit longer. And we do have rotation trying to reform over here southeast of Huge Springs, moving to the northwest here at 25 miles an hour. We'll see if they extend that further. This is the same storm that's been trying to get itself back together for a decent while. And this does have a history of producing tornadoes. So we'll see if they want to continue that warning here very soon. And as soon as that happens, we'll go ahead and let you know. And just getting a general idea. And also, we might have something trying to form. Let me just check. Might have something tornadic trying to form west of Mitchell right here. We'll see if they warn that, but we're keeping that in mind. So for Mitchell, Pelican, Oxford, Benson, I would pay attention to this right here. Might be something tornadic. Our radar analyst is currently out at the moment. And oh, yep, they just gone ahead and warned that. So new tornado warning until 5 o'clock p.m. Central Time, moving north at 50 miles an hour. Just the rotation that I just highlighted. Was trying to confirm. National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning for Converse, Mitchell, Benson, Oxford, Pelican, Neighborton, Carmel, Mansfield, South Mansfield, and Grand Cane and Kingston. In effect until 5 o'clock p.m. Central Time, moving to the north at 50 miles an hour. So that just popped up, and we might be able to get a live view out of Mansfield as that continues to get closer and closer. So let's see if we're able to do that. Hold up, let me go ahead and okay. So far can't find one yet. But if we do get one, I'll go ahead and pull it up as soon as possible. So we do have a new tornado warning. So this is basically a line of tornado warnings now. The new one that just got issued because a new one just got issued here. Okay, so yeah, this is the storm that we're seeing if they would extend it. It's actually a confirmed tornado till 5 o'clock p.m. Central Time. Radar confirmed tornado. And let's go to correlation coefficient. Oh yeah, that is a tornado debris signature right there. So that's moving directly for Huge Springs. So if you're in Huge Springs, you got a tornado heading in for you. Seek shelter now. And it looks like the rotation here near Doddridge is starting to wrap back together. Let's see if it holds here. But this does have a history of producing strong tornadoes. So take your tornado precautions if you're in this polygon in Folk, Highway 71, Doddridge, and any other area in that polygon. We're also tracking to see if this rotation up here does reform. A hook echo is currently forming here north of Highway 79, southwest of Homer. And we also do have another hook echo trying to kick up over here southwest of Sibley, Louisiana. So we'll see if they extend that further. So if we're in Dixien, seek shelter now. If we're in Doline, you're in the path of that, so seek shelter. Yeah, Dixien, Doyline, Interstate 20, and areas to the north. I would pay attention and take tornado precautions. We were currently tracking this developing rotation just south of Mansfield that is currently making a beeline directly for the city. So let's go ahead and see if we can. Yeah, so we can't get a live view yet of a Mansfield. But yeah, if you're in Mansfield or any other area there, take cover now. We got some broad rotation kicking up now. We'll see if this tightens up, but it looks to me there's this divergence here where one line goes this way, the red goes one direction, and the green goes another direction, parallel of each other. And that normally, that could lead to strong tornado genesis. So that's something we'll definitely keep a very close eye on in this environment. Like Tristan said, when he was here, that this is capable, that this is like a 15% significant setup for tornadoes. And if the SBC did go with that, that would be a moderate risk. And of course, we're also tracking that rotation starting to kick back up now east of Dodd Ridge. Again, that does have a history of producing tornadoes, and I can't stress that enough because it's very cyclic. So, yeah, it could easily produce a tornado again. We're now kind of clumped into this one section here of tornadoes here as the main core of the storm gets closer and closer to Louisiana with the line here already in the state of Louisiana. And this is not your average tropical tornado event. We have had multiple intense tornadoes happen before we started. And this is a full-fledged outbreak that just happened and is still currently ongoing right now. So it's been wave after wave of tornadoes. And again, we're tracking that rotation near Benson now. This one that we were keeping an eye on. Not as intense as it once was, but we'll keep a very close eye on it just in case, unless that's it right there. Let me... No, that can't be it. Actually, no, that is. That's a very small couplet right there. But yeah, that is the tornado right there. That is a confirmed tornado on the ground. And that is a very small sliver. I thought that was contamination for a second with how small that is, but yeah, that is a tornado on the ground. And the next scan, it looks like there's a debris ball. So let's see if for velocity to catch back up. But yeah, that's east of Benson, moving to the northwest. So yeah, we're gonna wait for velocity to catch back up, but we might have a situation going on over here. Directly on Route 512 east of Benson. This is making, I want to point out that this is making a near direct beeline for Mansfield. So if we're in Mansfield and areas around it, seek shelter now. We have a tornado in progress right now. And if you go back to CC, that is a very deep CC drop. And what that means is that with CC, we're basically seeing if what's picking up is water or not. And when you get into those deep blues like that, lined up with the velocity, that means that we have a tornado on the ground. That means tornado debris. And if we go back, we actually do have some purple on the radar, pink on the radar, which means that this is a potentially strong tornado on the ground. So take your tornado precautions right now. And I won't be shocked if they gotta go ahead and pull the gun on a tornado observed or PDS tornado warning. That is a very strong tornado. And going back to the north, this is starting to redevelop significantly near Dodd Ridge. This is going to be crossing Highway 71. This rotation is starting to redevelop significantly to the point where I think a tornado is about to drop at any moment if it keeps holding like that. New PDS tornado warning for Texahana in effect. So seek shelter now. And we're also tracking another area of rotation west of Homer, Louisiana. So we're going to keep an eye on that as well. But yeah, we're starting to pick back up now, back to 10 tornado warnings, and we do have potentially 2 strong tornadoes. One that could develop and one that's currently in progress here near Benson. So if you're near Oxford and Benson, seek shelter now. Mansfield, take cover immediately. We have a tornado on the ground that is likely producing strong damage. And we also have that storm up to the north near Texarkana, and I'm probably gonna butcher that a lot, so sorry. Um, that where we do have a storm of a history of producing strong tornadoes on the way there. PDS tornado warning in effect. And so we're tracking 2 different areas. One over here in Mansfield, and right now they're definitely typing out that tornado observed here because this is definitely a confirmed tornado on the ground and a strong one too. Now near Route 5, no, I think that says for some reason that's very small. I think that's Route 513. Near Oxford, Louisiana. So yeah, this is a dangerous situation. Take cover now. And we also have rotation trying to kick back up over here. And this is way to the southwest of Haynesville. So seek shelter now. If you're near Route 2, as we're starting to see rotation starting to redevelop with that one as well. So let's go ahead and see, because we do have a live view out of the northern storm of that tornado. And later on, if that is more longer tracked, we might be able to get a live view of a tornado or rotation or whatever it is by then. Okay, so yeah, I do have that ready to go. Again, I'll show it here for just a second, but yeah, nothing happening yet in this area, but tornado warning storm is on the way. A PDS tornado warning is in effect for this city. And the storm behind it does have a history of producing a tornado. So we do have a live view out of there. And we also there's also a Logan Sport, which is also under or was under a tornado warning as well. And we also do have let me go and show the other one. A live view out of Shreveport on Interstate 49 where we have those storms on the way and has been under a few tornado warnings over the course of the stream. So we do have multiple perspectives available here. And looks like the one near Mansfield looks like the rotation. Let's check. Okay, yeah, so yeah, right now the tornado debris signature, aka what we described before of the CC, is starting to fizzle out, which is a good sign because it's no longer picking up as much stuff. Sometimes that could mean it's just over an open field, but if we go to the satellite imagery, it's over trees. So if it was on the ground, it would be hurling all those trees in the air for us to pick up. However, the TDS is still there, and you still need to take your tornado precautions. However, I just want to jump in and say that it is not as intense as it once was. However, that does not mean it can pick back up. And we do have a new tornado warning for Shreveport. So Shreveport back under the gun for a tornado warning. The rotation is right over Elm Grove, moving to the northwest at 35 miles an hour. And in fact, if we play back the radar, it looks like it's moving more to the northwest versus what the National Weather Service has listed here. That warning will be in effect till 5:15 p.m. Central Time. Going back up here, looks like the rotation is kind of falling apart a bit, but again, this tornado is very cyclic. This has been, I'm pretty sure this is like its fourth or fifth tornado that is either dropped or tried to drop. And we've been tracking this all the way back over here in Oakland, Louisiana. So this is a very long track storm and a very cyclic one. So again, it touches down, lifts, touches back down, and lifts over and over. And again, we do have that rotation, and yeah, but that tornado warning has been extended into Shungaloo, Spring Hill, Colon, Sarepta, butchered that, excuse me, and Cotton Valley. That is going to be moving to the northwest at 35 miles an hour until 5 o'clock p.m. Central Time, where we're tracking that rotation approaching Shungaloo. And so if you're in that, you need to seek shelter right now. So yeah, Mansfield's starting to come in into the full brunt of the storm, and they've just gone ahead and issued a not PDS, a tornado confirmed. So they've gone ahead and noted that tornado debris signature. Again, if you're again, I know a lot of these are coming a lot later than they should be. Because for example, that one should have been issued like all the way wait no like right here. It's important to keep in mind that the National Weather Service Shreveport and their area of territory is being overworked. Like they have to issue all of these warnings, all of these flash flood warnings, and a whole lot more. So again, like a lot of some of these warnings may come out a lot later than they should, but do not blame the National Weather Service for that because they've been doing an amazing job so far on handling all of this. And yeah, right now we're definitely gonna keep an eye on this storm here as it approaches Shungaloo. That rotation is starting to become more defined over the last few minutes, and we still have that hook that go near Foke. Nope. I don't know how to say that for some reason. I should get a glass of water because my voice is starting to completely die out. and we still have to go for like 4 more hours. But we don't have a time to do that yet, so we're gonna be tracking this storm here near Shungaloo, moving to the northwest. Don't have a live view down there. That area is too small to get one. And yeah, again, when we get a calm period, I'll go ahead and get some water. So in the meantime, if you do notice me, like butcher names because my throat's dying out right now. But yeah, we do have that. We do have that tornado warning storm in Shreveport. We do have a live view down there that will go ahead and pull up at some point when it gets more closer. And we also got that observed tornado warning that remains in effect from places including Naples, Omaha, Cookville, Dangerfield, Kaysen, and Mount Pleasant till 5 o'clock p.m. Central Time, moving to the northwest at 30 miles an hour. You also do have that other tornado over by Kilgore, Liberty City, and a Big Sandy as well, Hawkins, Owentown, and Winona, moving to the northwest at 50 miles an hour until 5 o'clock p.m. Central Time. Yeah, the two big ones are this one near Texahana and this one over here near Shungaloo. Those are the two big ones so far. And keep in mind, we also have that tornado down there, and Mance was going to check on the tornado debris signature, where it looks like the So basically, what's happening now is looks like it's kind of going to a debris fallout mode, where it's kind of where the debris is falling out of the sky here. However, still treated as a tornado on the ground. Velocity is not really that accurate right now, so that's why you have CC to paint a better picture of what's going on. However, that only covers tornadoes that are currently on the ground, because what was that what the thing that's picking up on is tornado debris. But yeah, right now we do have this area right here that we've been tracking for a while near Shungaloo. And yeah, again, if you need to take your tornado precautions, no tornado debris yet, but that could form at any moment if it gets more tighter, which it's getting more and more organized by the scan. And we do have and just to give you a general understanding on what's happening out here, let me just make sure we can use this. This is not ongoing, but this wait, hold up, I put it on the wrong browser. I have two separate ones up. And put it on the other one. So yeah, let me get that pulled up here really fast. If it's going to let me do that. Okay, this is not the time. Okay, I'll just go ahead and get it fixed. So yeah, hold up 1 second. We're having some issues here. Okay, there we go. So yeah, let's go and get that pulled up. So yeah, that is a photo provided by that is from National Weather Service Shreveport, and that was about 30 minutes ago. And as you can see, that is a decently sized tornado that we had. And again, we've been having tornadoes like this all day long, with some of them being even stronger than what you see here. So that's just a general understanding of what we're having out there and will continue to have for quite some time. But yeah, we do have that rotation now rolling on up towards Shungaloo. That is right on your doorstep. And I'm just currently seeing if we got any new information here that I will pull up as soon as possible if needed. Alrighty, so some new information here that I'm gonna get pulled up here is that we do have some more reported damage and a tornado video that we can't share. But yeah, for the damage, it looks like some roofs are ripped off. And we also did have a another tornado video from Elm Grove. This is actually one of the tornado warning storms right now. However, that tornado is definitely long gone. But yeah, I'll go ahead and post that in the chat of one of the tornadoes from Elm Grove, which is southeast of Shreveport. Yeah, right now the strongest tornado so far that is happening right now is definitely this one near Shungaloo. It's not on the ground. However, it is very decently strong rotation there. We're also tracking this area here that is going to be rolling on up towards the city uh, uh, within the hour or two. Definitely around the 5 o'clock p.m. hour. We do have live views there, so once that gets closer, we'll get that pulled up. Go back to the Shreveport webcam. If that one's live, which it's not. So let's see if we can get another one available. So this one is an image by image basis, but this is a that's a live view out of Shreveport, Louisiana. Yeah, very very dark out there as we're having some tornado warning storms move on in. So let's go ahead and see if we can get another perspective because the Shreveport one that we've been using is down. In the meantime, let's go and get you an update on this because it looks like a couplet's now forming on this. And yep, that's a tornado on the ground. So we got a new tornado on the ground here. Let's go and line that up. Where, as you can see on the right, you have your CC right here where it gets into the deep blues. Basically, what it's saying is what it's picking up is not water. And we're going to wait one more scan to confirm. However, I am decently sure that is a tornado debris signature. Now rolling on up towards Route 2, 2A, it says. And this is east of Shungaloo. Yeah, we have a new tornado on the ground here. That will remain east of Shungaloo. We'll be crossing up towards the crossing to Arkansas. And yep, that is a tornado on the ground. As you can see now by that recent CC scan on the right, where we're picking up tornado debris being lofted into the air. And so if you are east of Shungaloo up into Arkansas here, southwest of Emerson, seek shelter now as we got a tornado now on down on the ground. Going back to this tornado warning, rotation is trying to wrap itself back together west of Highway 71. And a new Tor just got issued, so let's go in and check that out here in just a second. But I do want to point out again that rotation is starting to kick back up, and I'll be moving towards the city here. So if you're in the city, you're under a PDS tornado warning until at least 5:15 p.m. Central Time. They might extend that further, PDS tornado warning or not. Yeah, it looks like we might have had a. Which let's see, yeah, it's still on the ground based off the recent scan. And this is near Route 515. Again, these icons are very small. That's that, yeah, I think that's at 615 or 515. Where we have that tornado down on the ground. It's now northeast of Shingaloo. Actually, east northeast of Shingaloo. Excuse me. That'll be crossing into Arkansas, then southwest of Emerson. And we're now tracking that broad area rotation, moving on up towards Shreveport. We did have a video that suggested that the tornado was on the ground near Elm Grove. And we're still tracking that area here. The tornado has lifted for a while. However, we're still tracking that rotation now just to the northeast of Mansfield. So Mansfield, I think you're in the clear now from that tornado. And yeah, okay, so yeah, PDS tornado warning now in effect northeast of Shangaloo. So this is the storm that we've been tracking. So PDS tornado warning, aka particularly dangerous situation, is issued until 5 o'clock p.m. For northwestern Webster and northwestern Clarabone parishes, as well as southwestern Columbia County in Arkansas. And again, this is a PDS tornado warning, particularly dangerous situation, moving to the northwest at 35 miles an hour. And again, going back to CC, that tornado is still on the ground. There's tornado debris still in the air right now. So seek shelter now. And of course, we also do have these two tornado warnings side by side here, putting downtown Shreveport and areas to the east. So they're back under the gun. And yeah, again, the same areas that were impacted by a tornado from now that's not going up to going towards the city up there. They're back under a tornado warning, so seek shelter. And yeah, there's the tornado again, northeast of Shangaloo. Dangerous situation ongoing at this time. So let's go ahead and see if we got any new updates from down there. And we're now at 5 tornado warnings. We have some we do have a damage report out of a huge springs, trees down reported, possible tornado damage, not confirmed yet. To be a tornado. But we did have a tornado go near Hugh Springs. So let's go back. Let me go and get this radar fixed. Let's go to Shreveport. or you see, this is a live view out of Shreveport right now where rain is continuing to fall. And this is on Interstate 41. Tornado warning storm is in effect for downtown Shreveport. We're not going to get it on this camera, but I just want to show you this perspective. And going to, we do have a camera in Texarkana. And yeah, again, we do have a tornado warning storm on the way. PDS tornado warning in effect for the city. So seek shelter now. Let me just make sure. Okay, yeah. Okay, that browser version works. Just making sure. Okay, right now we're just waiting for the next update. In the meantime, we are still tracking that couplet up there, trying to kick back up as it's going for the city. It does have a history of producing strong tornadoes. Currently at 5 tornado warnings, but that could change as we're still under the gun for severe weather for pretty much the entire day. We won't be live for all of that, but we'll be live for a bit longer. And we're going to they've also put out the national um water center has put out the graphic of their own for the flooding threat, where we're seeing that from St. Louis all the way down to Houston. Currently Beryl is over Texas and Louisiana, so it's going to go through Little Rock, then St. Louis will be all under the gun for the flooding from the system. And that will be the last of Beryl when it starts going through in the Midwest and then into Canada. From there, it will completely dissipate. Let's go back to the radar, and yeah, this tornado is now crossed or about to cross into Arkansas. The TDS signature has kind of fizzled out, and they've pushed that PDS tornado warning into Arkansas more, now including Taylor, McCaney, and just a bit west of Mongolia, while downtown Mongolia, Arkansas is out of the warning. The rotation up there by Texarkana is starting to, right now it doesn't look too great, but we'll keep an eye on it because, again, it's very cyclic in nature. Just zooming out to give you a general understanding of what's going on. Tornado counts have dropped off, but again, again with these kinds of events, you got to expect the unexpected. Again, tropical tornadoes are one of the most hardest things to predict because very fast moving. They're also they can also have a very broad range of how strong they can be. I mean, over in Shelbyville, we had that very strong tornado. We're still waiting on information regarding that. But yeah, again, like Tristan came on and said that this environment would be a 15 sig, and yeah, again, I would have to agree with that. And we're still tracking. Might be trying to perform a mezzo handoff because there's that tornado on the right that touched down, but there's also that a new TDS signature on the left. So it might have just did a handoff here as it's now crossed into Arkansas. And important thing to point out is that um actually it's not too significant, but there's this point over here near Tuxahana where radar data becomes completely inaccurate. Mainly on the velocity side of things, which is the primary way that we use to determine there's a tornado and where the rotation or just the tornado itself is at. Currently have 17 flash flood warnings. Important to point out that not all of these are from Beryl, but we have 17 flash flood warnings across the nation right now. We do have some severe thunderstorm warnings in Michigan, Florida, Kentucky, New Mexico, and Missouri. But all of our tornado warnings are down here from Beryl. And again, going to the SPC, they do have a few areas highlighted for severe weather apart from Beryl. Again, elephant in the room, enhanced risk for northwestern Louisiana, 10% chance for tornadoes. However, we do have some marginal risks over here. Southwestern Texas, part of New Mexico, and Michigan, aka where we're having all the severe thunderstorm warnings at. And we won't be going out there unless it needs our immediate attention. However, I just want to highlight that it is there. And yep, the tornado is now crossed into Arkansas. So if you're basically in between Mongolia and Taylor, seek shelter now. And McCaney, long term, this is going to be going for you. So seek shelter as well. So yeah, we're just going to wait for new information. And let me go ahead and yep, I'm just waiting for new tornado warning for, let's go and check that out. Okay, so yeah, new tornado warning up here. There's the one that has a history of producing a pretty strong tornado. Up here in Mansfield, Caramel, Neighborton, Kingston, Ferguson, in effect until 5:45 p.m. Central Time, where tornado moving to the north at 50 miles an hour. And this is where we'll be taking our first break here. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. Because I need to go get water before my throat completely dies, as well as do some other things. So I will be back. Hello, everyone. We are back. So while we were gone, new tornado warning just went up. Let's go and check that out. We actually do have a few tornado warnings. One of them by Shreveport. We also have this tornado warning for Stonewall, Keithville, and areas to the west, in effect till 5:45 p.m. Central Time, which is the northwest at 35 miles an hour. And we're currently seeing a tornado on the outskirts of Texarkana. So let's go ahead and check that out because we do have a live view. This is from the downtown area. I'm gonna go ahead and see if we can get a better view, but there is a live view out of Texarkana where we do have a tornado warning still moving its way through. So let's go ahead and see if we can get a better view on that. And yeah, so far, no. Okay, so no luck on that. So yeah, that's the only one that we have. So let's get that on a multi-box. And let's go and yeah, I forgot to update that. I'll just remove that text that we had down there. But yeah, that's a live view out of downtown. And yeah, that's yeah, and they're gonna be going right for downtown Texarkana. This does have a history of producing tornadoes. And that is a TDS tornado warning. New tornado warning just went up for Benton, Gillum, Ida, as well as more areas in northwestern Louisiana, effective until 5:45 p.m. Central Time, which is the northwest at 45 miles an hour. And yeah, this area right here, this looks to be very intense right here. So so far it doesn't look to be on the ground, but based off what we're seeing on the velocity side of things, it looks pretty intense. So we're in Taylor, Mongolia, and between those two areas, seek shelter now. McCamey, seek shelter now as well. Yeah, right now we are looking at a live view on the bottom right of your screen out of, let me go and get that. Okay, so yeah, that one's back, okay. And yeah, again, time right now is 5:08 p.m. You're tracking two areas right here that could be major threats, as well as this area right here as tornado spam continues to occur. And okay, so yeah, right now we're just tracking that rotation starting to approach the outskirts of Texarkana. Let me go in and make sure that's not broken because I think it might be. Okay, so I think we might have lost that camera, so I'll go ahead and see if we can get that back. Okay, yeah, we're unable to get it back, but yeah, right now we do have some rotation on the outskirts of Texarkana right now, making its way through. That does have a history of producing tornadoes, and we're also tracking this area of rotation that is starting to that is trying to touch back down right now. It used to have produced two tornadoes with it, but now it's since lifted and we pray back the radar near Shungaloo. And yeah, there's also debris fallout approaching Taylor, so there might be some tornado debris there. So stay inside so you don't get struck. PDS tornado warning remains in effect for that area. Yeah, and again, the reason why I'm going silent is just because I'm trying to get that camera back on in Texarkana. Okay, yeah, the camera still remains down. So let's go ahead and get to the most recent scan, where we are currently tracking these areas as well near Shreveport. The Shreveport vicinity still has a primed environment for strong tornadoes. Based on the recent observations in the area, so these tornado warnings will be a threat here for strong tornadoes potentially, depending how that environment is right now at this second. So Shreveport, I would remain weather aware, not only from the flash flood warning and Beryl, but also the tornado threat as well. And I might have to switch radars here so the radar loop isn't this long. But yep, right there. The rotation of the storm is right over Texarkana right now. PDS tornado warning still remains in effect. For any tornado debris, oh, for any tornado debris, we don't have any in the air at this time. However, that does have a history of producing tornadoes. And we're just waiting on the next update. And do want to point out that again, if you're in plain dealing, you've been back under the gun for another tornado. I know that area got hit by a tornado just moments ago, and we've seen damage at a Benton, Louisiana, which just had rotation go right through the area. So we're hoping that everyone was safe during that. And we also do have the rotation alongside Taylor in Mongolia, Texas. And that does have a history of producing tornadoes as well that we're keeping an eye on. And I will be live until 6 p.m. Central Time. After that, I do have to go. However, yeah, unless there's another Vitor or something, or intense tornado, we'll stay on. But But yeah, that's when we're gonna stop streaming at 6 p.m. So we're gonna go see because the Texarkana tower cam has been down for a while. We're gonna see if we got any footage or any damage that we can share here regarding these storms. We do have some reports coming in of tornado damage as well from the tornado Shangaloo. No new information apart from that. So the tornado warning in Texarkana has now been dropped to a regular tornado warning, as we're still at 5 tornado warnings right now. And, we're also tracking another area of rotation, trying long term. We'll make a beeline for Tree Fort. Tree Fort, I know you've been being hit one after another with tornadoes, and the tornado warning to the west just got dropped over by Keithville. We're now down to 4 tornado warnings, with 3 radar indicated, 1 remaining observed. It'll be this one up here near Mongolia, Arkansas. But Mongolia, Arkansas is not in that warning. It is a PDS tornado warning, though. So if you're west of Mongolia, Texas, seek shelter now. If you're in Buckner, Arkansas as well, I would also pay attention to this and get ready to go to cover, just in case, because I feel like they're going to extend that further towards you. Yeah, we're starting to track more defined rotation over here that is trying to make a beeline for Shreveport right now. We do have a live view down there. And it will be this one right here for starters. It is on Interstate 49, kind of fogged up from the rainfall, but it is on Interstate 49 in Shreveport. And yeah, heavy rain is occurring right now, along with a tornado warned storm that could threaten Shreveport long term, where we do have a pretty strong environment. Which, let's go ahead and see if we can get more perspective. Is I'm going to go to the Louisiana Department of Transportation, where they do have more cameras set up and ready to go. And let's see. You see, this is not in And by if you're wondering, I'm just mainly looking at the. I'll go and show you what I'm looking at. I'm just mainly looking at the interstates here. And look at I-20 for example, and I want to click. I can click a video here to get it. So this is from I-20 at I-49. So this is a perfect one of the cameras that should be near there. This is on Texas Avenue. You can see there's some rain, some wind, and we're just mainly waiting for this tornado to get close enough for us to really get a better view at it. But for right now, they're probably going to extend this into Shreveport here, unless this rotation completely dies out by then. By the time it needs to get reissued, we do have another tornado report that just came in. Basically saying near Shangaloo where we had a tornado on the ground. And yeah, that just crossed Highway 132 now. This tornado here. No debris signature. However, this does have a history of producing tornadoes. And yeah, that rotation is making its way through Texarkana. Pretty weak right now, but does have a history of producing tornadoes as well. And that tornado warning remains in effect for areas northwest of Benton, Louisiana, all the way up to Idaho, Louisiana, until 5:45 p.m. Central Time. And just currently trying to see if we got anything showing up on these cameras, which we don't yet. And yeah, this got ahead and extended it here. This new warning includes southwestern Shreveport and Forbing. Includes the radar site too, effective till 6 o'clock p.m. Central Time, moving to the northwest at 20 miles an hour. So that's their newest warning that just came out. And we're now back up to 5 tornado warnings because of that. And again, this is something that we will have live coverage for from on the ground here as this gets closer and closer to places like Interstate 20 and Interstate 49. So again, real quick, I just want to go to the cameras and see if we got anything. This is Interstate 49, and very very hard to see anything right there. And okay, so Texarkana's camera's back, but the rotation is pretty much fizzling out. But yeah, here's a live view from here regardless. And kind of hard to make out certain details in this shot, but you can see some rainfall there. And we do have a camera that's relatively close to where this tornado was going, and it would be right here on Interstate 20 and Interstate 220. So this will probably be the best shot of long term if the tornado makes it there. And as you can see, there's some rainfall there. And that area is under a tornado warning. And that rotation continues to move to the north over here, west of Mongolia, Arkansas. And that will be approaching on Highway 82. We'll see if they extend that into Buckner and Stamps, as well as the Falcon. So those three towns I just listed, pay attention, get ready to take coverage in case you get the call to. And yeah, I can zoom in now so you can get a general understanding of what's going on. We're still at 5 tornado warnings here. We kind of came down a bit from the peak that we had, but that doesn't mean you can pick back up again. But yeah, we've been tracking some strong tornadoes here and there. The most recent one potentially being near Shongaloo, Louisiana. And speaking of that, we just got another tornado warning issued for Edgefield, Herman, Westdale, um, Summit, and even more areas. And in fact, Woodwardville and Ringgold are back under a tornado warning. So it'll be in effect till 6:15 p.m. Central Time. Went to the north at 45 miles an hour. And I'm just gonna go and see if we got anything new as well. And this one just went observed. Hold up. See, we do have an observed tornado warning now. Radar confirmed tornado moving to the northwest at 20 miles an hour. And that will be in effect till 6 o'clock p.m. Central Time. And I was just reading up, and there was a CC drop. Confirm that. And yep, that is a CC drop. So where it gets into the deep blues, that's where we had a tornado touch down. Looks like there's a massive debris fallout now happening with that for a storm of that size. So yeah, that just produced a tornado that is now rolling on up towards the southwestern part of Shreveport, and we did also get a new tornado warning that's in effect. And this will be for right behind this one for Robbeline, Pagewood, Allen, as well as more areas down there. And this rotation starting to kick back up too. The southern one's in effect till 6:15 p.m. Central Time. And we do one of the websites that we're using for the cameras did say we got a camera from one of the nearby cities, but looking at it doesn't show much. I see nothing much on that front. So let's go ahead and go back up for just a second because I want to check out this rotation again, which they're probably about to extend it here soon. And it's kind of broadening out a bit, so hopefully it stays that way. And no, they decided to completely drop the warning. Alrighty, so yeah, they just gone ahead and completely dropped the tornado warning for Buckner. Not Buckner, but areas west of Mongolia. So yeah, that a little bit surprising, but that's their call. And we do have a hook echo trying to form up here east of Houston, and that'll be moving to the northwest at 45 miles an hour until 5:45 p.m. Central Time. And again, we're tracking this area near Hannah right now, which check CC. Nothing on there yet. And we're currently still at 7 tornado warnings, so we're having another round of these storms. And we're going to be waiting for the next update here, which we also do have a live view out of Shreveport, so let's go ahead and get that popped up. And you're welcome, Misty. Okay, so we do have that. Okay, wait. Yeah, okay, there it is. Okay, so this is the live camera out of Interstate 20 and Interstate 220. This is the one that will probably um keep a close eye on later in the future if that tornado holds, because this will be the closest point where we can get a camera in. Right now, can't see much apart from some rainfall, but that could change as we're seeing that tornado get closer and closer, and then going to Interstate 49, further into Interstate 49. This is a live view out of there. Where again, this is another perspective of that tornado warned storm that's been observed on the ground, briefly since lifted. But we're gonna keep a close eye and see if there's anything that we need to point out. And I do see something on the right. Looks to be more scud. And the way the camera was pointing, it kind of looked like a funnel for a second, but we'll go and keep on this. Looks like it's buffering. And I think this one just went down. So let's see if I can. I'm gonna see if I can get it back. In the meantime, let's go back to the radar. See if there's anything new that we need to point out, especially with that storm down to the south. And nothing new to point out down there. Rotations down to the south seem to have fizzled out. Yeah, we lost that one of the cameras on Interstate 49. And yeah, right now I'm just trying to see if there's anything else, any other camera. Yeah, that camera, that's not near there. Okay, so this is another live view, not the best quality though, but this is from Interstate 49 and the Interstate 20 area, where they intersect. And as you can see, there's some rainfall. That pole is shaking a bit, but it looks poorly installed, so no wonder why it is. And right now, the main thing we're trying to do is try to get that camera back on because it looked like it might have just had a view of that might have had a view of that rotation. The camera still remains down. And we also want to point out that these tornadoes to the southeast long term could provide a threat to areas east of Shreveport. And it looks like this rotation is starting to kick back up over here. And we're now back up to 8 tornado warnings. So I'm going to go see which warning just got issued. Appears to be all the way up here near Camden. And yeah, this warning up here. In fact, there might be another one to the left of it. This one will be in effect till 6:15 p.m. Central Time, moving to the north at 20 miles an hour. And this will be moving on up towards Camden, Arkansas. And I'm going to go ahead and see if we can get something down there potentially. Okay, no, we're unable to get anything down there. But yeah, that's a tornado warned storm. Looks like its rotation is decently strong going into Camden, Arkansas. So seek shelter now. And we might also have something to the west of it, near Highway 79 and Stephens. But we'll keep an eye on that. And playing back the radar, we're also tracking that observed tornado warning over there by Shreveport. Now up to 8 tornado warnings. Let's see if that camera over there by I-49, Interstate 49's back up. Okay, it is back up, and that's a live view out of Interstate 49. I don't know exactly where it is on Interstate 49, but it's definitely in the Shreveport area. And as you can see, we do have that looks to be like a shelf cloud of some kinds. But you know that's not a shelf cloud. Kind of hard to see because it's not the best quality from my perspective. But yeah, the clouds are very fast moving. I can say that for sure. Definitely some sort of scud train potentially feeding into it. That's a live view out of Interstate 49. Near that tornado warned storm. And we do have another view from Interstate 20 and Interstate 220. This is on the off ramp. And this is under the tornado warning. As you can see, it's shaking a bit from the increased wind. The trees aren't moving that much, so not too strong yet. But this is in the path of the tornado warned storm down there. And that is from the Louisiana Department of Transportation. So currently at 8 tornado warnings, including 2 observed tornado warnings. And okay, so yeah, they pushed that tornado warning into Buckner, Falcon, Stamps, Patnos, and Baldclaw. It's a weather spotter confirmed tornado, not a PDS one. So again, that one will be in effect until 6:15 p.m. Central Time. And looks like we do have some more intense rotation forming near Camden as well. So seek shelter if you're in that area. And yeah, that tornado observed remains in effect for Shreveport until 6 o'clock p.m. Central. And but unless we absolutely have to, I do have to go at 6 p.m. So unless there's a more intense tornado on the ground that immediately needs our attention, we will end the stream there. However, again, it's important to point out, even when we do, that strong tornado threat will persist, even after. And so I'm going to go ahead and get some new information here as we wait for the next radar scan. We do have a okay, so we do have some photos in Keithville. Let's go and get that displayed. So this is a mobile home that got flipped in Keithville from from likely a tornado. And as you can see, trees are ripped up there. The mobile home is tumbled as well. And they say here 2 elderly people were trapped inside. One of them was taken to the hospital. So we hope that they are okay. And that is and this is the reason why you cannot be in a mobile home during a tornado, because mobile homes and trailers and stuff like that, they get destroyed extremely easily. In fact, in stuff only like an EF2 or EF3, these become unsurvivable during a tornado of that strength. And mobile homes and trailers, they get completely shredded apart. And that's why when we tell you to not be in a mobile home, you need to evacuate if you're in one, or find any other safer place in a mobile home. Going back to the radar, we're gonna go see if we get anything new that we need to highlight. You still have that rotation over there by Camden. Rotation now approaching Falcon in that dead zone. kind of deadish zone where we're unable to get good radar data. And that area near Texarkana that's still under a tornado warning, but Texarkana, you're in the clear now. Currently have 17 flash flood warnings, but a lot of them are not related to Beryl. In fact, counting here, 5 flash flood warnings in effect that is Beryl related. So we also do have that as a threat, and Beryl will continue to provide a flash flood threat and flooding threat. And Bonbon just joined saying, another streams about Beryl, but you want to update on the St. Louis area. And yeah, that's the area that we were just talking about the other threat. So I see, actually, while we do have this kind of calmish period, let's go ahead and check out the other areas that are experiencing severe weather. And there is that severe thunderstorm warning. It doesn't have a tornado possible on it, but Momon said that there's videos coming out of funnels from this one. And this would be east of St. Louis. And we also do have, well, one, seems like a lot of them just got dropped. But we also do have some severe thunderstorm warning in New Mexico as well. A lot of our current flash flooding situation is currently happening in Missouri right now, alongside Beryl. Let's go back down south for just a second, as we're 14 minutes away from potentially ending the stream for today. And right now, okay, so yeah, that tornado warning in Shreveport just got dropped. So no tornado warning is present for Shreveport. Now back down to 5 tornado warnings. So Shreveport, you are currently in the clear. I know you've been going through tornadoes like crazy. I think you've been through like 4 or 5 of them since we started. But for right now, you're not under a tornado warning, and you're starting to leave that area where we're expecting those tornado warnings. Once you're past like this line and this core of the storm, you're done. And yeah, right. And again, Beryl right here starting to collapse, starting to turn more into a front, not frontal, more of a kind of has that classic look of a very powerful squall line, rather than a tropical storm. A lot of tornado warnings just got dropped. Basically, all of northwestern Louisiana, all those tornado warnings there got dropped. So again, we're kind of starting to calm down a bit. And okay, so yeah, that's okay, hold up. Yeah, I think that's everything that we're going to cover for today. I'm gonna end it about 10 minutes early because I need to prepare for this next important thing that I need to do. But yeah, to recap, tornadoes, including strong ones, have occurred over the course of the stream. That strong tornado threat will still semi-persist, depending on what these storms can do. But there's definitely going to be some more tornadoes as well. Beryl, and this will be our last stream on Beryl, unless we need to go live again. At a later point, but officially this will be our last stream on Beryl. Beryl will go through the plains here, and then into the Midwest, and into Canada, and then it will finally die. And that will provide a pretty much only a flash flooding threat. But yeah, that's where we're gonna end the stream here. Thank you for watching. This has been Watching the Skies, watching for everything. Stay safe out there.